Now, of course, here we have our battle between Ahsoka and the Inquisitors. And again, I think Filoni and his team did a really, really good job of demonstrating the dominance that Ahsoka would naturally have over the lesser trained Inquisitors. Ahsoka's been doing this since she was a little girl. And she's been involved in the Clone Wars. She was in battles. So of course she would dominate these two Inquisitors as she does here.
She's doing fine.
I love how she dominates them.
I know why you want children. Well, who doesn't want to be a mother?
Just throws the fifth brother like he's nothing. Force push, no, kicks him. Cuts off her blades, catches her blade. Awesome. Love how she dominates him. Now she force pushes. Bam. You are beaten. Awesome battle right there. Now, again, as I mentioned a bit earlier, the introductions of vehicles and how they came to be in the hands of the rebellion. So here are the Hammerheads, which were featured in Rogue One and play obviously a very big part in the Battle of Scarif there. So, and then of course here we have our Princess Leia, her introduction into Rebels, the younger version of Princess Leia. I think she's probably about 16 or 17 years old here, so very cool. And then of course we have our introduction to Finn Rao here, very cool. And obviously he becomes a very big, strong part of our team eventually later on.
Hold on, Protector.
What do we do? This right here, a very emotional moment where Hera is attacked by Finn Rao, and I really love this part. I love how the ship comes back out of warp speed, but it's totally damaged. It's just really good visuals. The artwork is absolutely amazing. The animation is absolutely amazing. One of my favorite scenes right there. And then right here we get a little bit of backstory on Sabine, which was just a little appetizer of what was more to come from the background of Sabine. But we find out that she is Clan Wren, House Vizsla. So again, we get some good background information on Sabine right here.
And I invoke the code to seek justice through single combat.
Right here, this is probably one of the best visual and the music of this particular scene. As a matter of fact, guys, I'm not even going to talk right here. I'm just going to let this scene play because the music is so amazing.
Leading the way.
Zeb!
Trust me, Hera. Sir, the rebel ship is moving into the anomaly.
The music is really great. Very nice music here.
I see it. The way through.
I don't know how, but the hyperdrive is activating.
So again, one of my favorite scenes from season 2 of Rebels, simply because of the visuals and the music from this particular part, which are very, very cool, guys. And then, of course, we have Sham Syndulla. So obviously, this is Hera's father, and really, really cool to see him here in Rebels. This part, obviously, right here is our first visit to Geonosis. We get to see the debris construction for the Death Star, which is really cool. And then, of course, we also get the reveal that the Geonosians, or the acknowledgement that the Geonosians have been eradicated or exterminated.
I know for experience the bugs down there don't take to unexpected guests.
No life.
You cross-wired? There are billions of bugs on Geonosis. Scan again.
They're dead. All of them.
And then, of course, this is actually one of my favorite episodes that involves Zeb and Kallus and their rivalry/relationship and their understanding of each other and the history between the two, basically. So, really, really cool.
The weak needed to perish.
The only thing I know about Geonosis is that the population is gone. I never asked questions.
Maybe you should start. Or are you afraid of the answers you'll get? Afraid you'll learn the Geonosians were wiped out by your precious empire? I see you modified it for close quarters fighting. Impressive. But you shouldn't have it. It's not a trophy.
I didn't take it as a trophy. The Lasat guardsman I faced, he fought well, died with honor. He gave me the rifle before.
The Busan Kira.
The what?
The Busan Kira.
Busan
Sought warrior way. When one is defeated by a superior foe, he gifts his
So
weapon.
if we ever see Zeb defeated, will he give up his weapon?
I was only doing my duty.
That would be interesting to see. And a very emotional moment to it as well.
It wasn't supposed to be a massacre, but I realized the Empire wanted to make an example.
So of course here we get more of a better understanding between the two.
What happened on the sun? It's over for me. Moved on. By the way,
and of course, this is a part, spoiler alert guys, this is a part of Kallus's transition from Empire to Rebel.
Your friends did find you.
Like I said they would.
Because he gets to experience what the Rebels are like and what they go through and how much they care for one another.
For the Empire.
So now, of course, we have Kallus back with the Empire.
Admiral Constantine.
No one seems to care that he's back, that he's safe and made it back alive. Goes back to his cold quarters, lonely looking quarters. So again, we get to see the transition of Kallus from Empire to Rebel. Here is one of my favorite episodes. I believe this is Shroud of Darkness, if I'm not mistaken, guys. And here we have the Temple Guard versus Kanan. And a very, very cool reveal.
I need to know how to defeat Vader and his Inquisitors.
The dark side.
It calls to him.
It pulls
at him.
It calls to him. Eventually, he will be consumed by it.
So, of course, here we have Ezra speaking to Master Yoda.
I know this place.
Now, I had mentioned this with one of my Facebook groups. This is Yoda doing a forced projection of himself from Dagobah to Lothal. I don't know what the distance is between Dagobah and Lothal, but it reminds me of Luke Skywalker and his projection from Ahsoka to Crate, and Yoda obviously survives this projection that he does here. Now, obviously, he's not doing any physical activity in this projection. He's just projecting himself. an image of himself. But again, my question would be, why was Luke not able to survive his projection, force projection, but Yoda is able to survive his force projection to Ezra here? Now again, there's some different factors there. Yoda is not doing any physical activity. He's not engaging in anyone with any battle with anybody. And then of course, Yoda has about 800 years worth of knowledge on Luke at the time that Luke is doing his force projection. So there are some things that you can point at to say, well, these are the reasons why Luke wasn't able to survive his force projection, and Yoda was able to survive it. But it's really interesting that happened there. Now, of course, right here, we have Ahsoka and her talking to Anakin, her force vision of Anakin, and her reveal or recognition that Anakin is in fact Vader. But I think she kind of knew this all along, and now she's accepting it. She's heartbroken. She feels responsible.
Master Yoda, you're powerful. You must know a way to destroy Vader and his Inquisitors.
Padawan. Thousands of Jedi once there were. Then came war.
I absolutely love this.
Join the conflict.
Look at that.
Swiftly we did. Fear, anger.
Actual Clone Wars footage right there.
Consumed by the dark side, the Jedi were.
Was it wrong for the Jedi to fight? Is it wrong for me to protect my friends?
Wrong. A long time fought I did, consumed by fear otherwise. Though see it I did not.
You were afraid?
Yes, afraid. Oh, surprised, are you? A challenge lifelong it is, not to bend fear into anger.
What's happening?
Found
Enemy has.
The enemy has.
Of course, here again we have Kanan engaged in battle with the Temple Guards.
Even now, the servants of the dark side come for your apprentice. You cannot fight forever.
You're right. I can't protect Ezra forever. Not even from himself. All I can do is what I've done. Train him the best I could.
By the right of the Council, by the will of the Force, Kanan Jarrus, you may rise.
Wait. What does this mean?
And our reveal.
It means you are what I once was. A knight.
Grand Inquisitor was obviously a Temple Guard.
The temple is falling. Go. I will delay the enemy.
It's a very cool, very key moment from Season 2 right there,
Yeah,
guys.
but Master Yoda, how are we supposed to win if we don't fight back?
Win? Win? How did I choose to win? The question is.
We already chose. We're going to fight.
Fine.
So Yoda's sending Ezra to Malachor.
Well, who's Malachor?
So we know where that is going to lead us next, guys. This right here is an absolutely cool part as well. Grand Inquisitor. I love this, obviously, because it is a reunion between Yoda and Ahsoka, so to speak, but very cool. that he revealed himself to her. Of course, here again we have Vader entering the Temple of Lothal.
My master will be most pleased with this discovery.
Lord Vader, the Jedi are growing in their power.
It will be their undoing.